I want to talk about one topic that is a big part of everybody's life, as a lot it is said about what is the right way or not to do it. And again, science means to know so much about it so far, but it's not really as it seems, and it's about sleep. Easy to see again different articles about so-called experts who like to throw an opinion and supposedly some studies around the notion of sleep and how it should be done, and typically what are the recommended hours that one should sleep. Again, something that's actually quite individual, so there is no rule. But I will bring in what we know when we practice at a deeper level around that, and explain a bit more around what the sleep is about actually, despite what the studies show supposedly and what the conclusions are. And then they talk about how the sleep will reset your neurons or help for cognitive abilities and to also help with the memory capacities. But actually, it doesn't work really that way. First of all, there are two aspects to that, and people think they go together, but they can be also two separate things. One thing is actually to relax and rest the body, a tired body, which is again physical form. It's about the physical aspect of things, like a mechanical things, like a machine, and that's one side. And yes, a body should rest if it has been quite active, burning a lot of energy. And then the other thing is the mind. And actually those two things can be separated. And at the end, of course, if you really lay down, you can rest your body. Body needs rest once in a while, mostly if you have been really active. But that's also why some monks can stay in one position a long time. And also, ultimately, the very advanced monks can just also stay sitting in a sitting position for a very, very long time and still be okay. But that's also because you can reach those higher level of concentration and tap into the universal energy that's available to everyone around in our environment. Again, science doesn't know enough about that, as much as they talk about it sometime, but they actually don't know yet how to tap in it properly. That has to do with the Kundalini, you could say, for some reference that some people know about. Again, it's something that most people cannot conceive, and science still doesn't have much of an idea about that, as much as this word is known. But if you start to sit in meditation and you can go deeper and deeper, you can reach certain level of concentration where until then you can really feel your body as such a big mass, and like you can feel the weight or the stretching of some part of it. And then there is a point where you could say the Dhamma will take over, exactly when you surrender properly with a very good concentration, and then that energy will take over you. It will take charge and actually raise your body. Your body will feel suddenly like almost like weightless, and you don't have to do anything, but you are taken care of by the Dhamma. And at the same time, you can reach a point where your body can be completely relaxed to an extent that you have never experienced before. I mentioned that also in another place. As much as, for example, people who are used to practice yoga, you of course have always your famous Shavasana, and you're supposed to really completely relax there. But most people are not at that stage where they can actually experience that level of relaxation as you can reach at some point in a practice of meditation. When there is zero tension in the body anymore, and you can feel that, of course, because it is very unusual and completely different from whatever one can experience. But you can still actually experience that in a sitting position, while, let's say, the Dhamma is taking care of you energetically to keep you very straight sitting, and it requires no effort. You're not doing anything intentionally, actually, to sit comfortably in that position in a very straight way. So there are those things that are still, unfortunately, very unknown. But then one thing again is just relaxing the body, so the laying down position, as people would say, the Buddha would lay down for a few hours every day. And that is one thing, and relaxing the body is only about the physical. Then actually what concerns mostly the sleep is the mind tiredness. And again, many people don't understand that. Of course, if you feel like you have spent a lot of time during a day exercising, burning a lot of energy, calories, you feel very tired in the evening, and then you will fall asleep easily and very heavy sleep. But still, it's two separate things. But the mind actually, and again, the whole idea of the sleep and how many hours one should sleep or is supposed to sleep, and the different phases of the sleep are still very, very misunderstood, of course. It's about exactly that ignorant mind, and basically the individual not knowing how the mind works, how to take care of their own mind, how to be in charge of what's going on there. And the same, they don't know how to relax the mind and to keep it focused and concentrated, and rather always being conditioned and in that sense stressed by the everyday activities and vicissitude of life and anything. Even if you are happy about something, you mean that you had a super good day or super good news and makes you excited, then suddenly you're excited. So again, it's an agitated mind. It's not a relaxed mind. And that's why, again, some people, both ways, they could say that they couldn't fall asleep, either because of that or because of what's coming that they are so excited about it for the next day or whatever. They have a big event or something that they are excited about. But all of this means, again, the very agitated mind, uncontrolled mind. But at the end, sleep has to do with that, and why actually it extends over such a long period. And people think they need the classic, depending 6, 7, 8 is kind of the standard, right? At the end, like people say, you realize that ultimately, I mean, if you say that you're going to sleep 8 hours per night, like still many people think they should, then that means you will spend 1/3 of your life sleeping. That's a bit crazy notion, actually. But then, I mean, again, the modern life is supposed to be a bit different, and exactly with the conditioning of the system, they try to change that again to have a grip on your life and on you, because they try to not give you enough time to sleep enough, and that's why they tell you that you should have less, and because you're supposedly so busy with everything in your daily life, especially if you have family and kids to take care of. But at the end, it's still the same. It's about how much stress you put in your mind, and your mind being so uncontrolled and agitated, that makes you actually very tired mentally. And it's that mental tiredness that makes you need a longer time to relax and to rest and kind of reset a little bit your mind. But actually, it's still not properly done, and that's why because you have no control and it's not really relaxed, that's why you have those different phases during the sleep. The so-called deep sleep, like how you call it, the moving eyes phase, and all of that, light sleep, the dreamy phase. Anyway, so again, dreams have to do with that, as I meant. Actually, the dream part has more to do with the real life and real existence beyond your basic everyday reality, and it has to do with your own karma, the deeper things that are part of you. So whatever kind of dreams you have, or nightmares, whether they seem like quite realistic or very concrete daily life situation, or something that looks like very fantasy-like or fairy tale-like or sci-fi world type thing, those things still have to do with your past karma and the deeper things that make your personality and your existence. Just like somebody has written also, because in that state, you could say you're a bit unconscious, right? For most people, again, they are not in charge, not in control. So it's all basically there is a sensor that's taken off, so deeper things can come to the surface, but it's unconscious, it's uncontrolled, right? And that's why you should trust a lot of that's happening in your dreams, as far as your deeper issues or traumas and part of your own karma and personality. And that's why sometimes it's a bit difficult to go back to that everyday life thing in the morning when you wake up, because there can be such a difference between those two worlds. But ultimately, it's about that. So when you practice meditation and you go deeper and deeper in concentration and awareness, then you know how to, again, approach life, everything, with an aware, peaceful mind, right? And distance, not being attached so much. Then you're also releasing the knots. As much as the body relaxation, it's about releasing the physical knots in the body and tensions, which you can feel concretely, physically, in many situations. Especially when you practice meditation, you will feel physically those knots getting untied, undone, like popping up in your body, or like a strong vibration somewhere, like pulsating thing, and then it's gone. So those are the physical knots. Then for the mind, is the same over time, with proper awareness and practice of meditation, as far as managing to relax, to detach from your life in some ways, and all those things that bother you, or really manage to have a grip on your mind or your attention. So when you know how to properly relax the mind, and actually doing so through developing more and more concentration, focused mind, and awareness, then you will have a sustained, peaceful awareness that requires less and less sleep. And at the end, and some people experience that during retreats, and that's the point, when you go in silent retreats and you manage to really relax and start to develop concentration with a focused mind through awareness, and you learn, you understand the point, and you manage to actually take some distance from your everyday life, and all, especially the worries, the stress, the anxieties, or whatever was considered as a trauma within yourself. You feel all those weight gone, right? That's the famous expression, when sometimes people have a big aha moment and they feel like a huge weight taken off their shoulders, as they say. That's exactly that. But then you can push that further and further and further, infinitely in some ways, so that at the end you actually don't need really so much sleep, because at the same time you have awareness and control. So you can reach a stage where ultimately, truly, as it is known for the highest level meditators, 3 hours is enough actually, because you will have a proper, like, let's say, deep relaxing sleep in one stretch. With the regular mind that's so agitated and always worried, you don't know how to go in one full stretch of relaxed mind set. And then even during the sleep, the mind goes through what is bothering it and what is your anxieties, or what the stress was, or whatever, the thing that you have to think about for the next day, or whatever, or what happened before, everything, again, memories or imagination of the future. So that hinders one good stretch of proper relaxing deep sleep. But when you reach a certain level, then you can actually control that through awareness, just the same as you can decide the moment you would, let's say, put yourself to sleep, actually, like that. So you decide, now I'm going to sleep. I just relax everything down, one pointedness focus, but in a totally relaxed way, and then that's it. Then you just fall asleep in a good one stretch sleep, and then only a few hours are enough, because then everything gets reset. And when you reach that kind of level of control and concentration, that actually also provides, as it is known as some of the benefits of meditation, which is what those scientists mean that you get from a good sleep, right? Resetting the mind, clarity of mind, the memory, the cognitive abilities, everything. But actually, meditation, of course, is meant to also improve and increase all those capacities already. But that only has to do with a relaxed mind, which, if you combine with proper awareness, then you will really increase that clarity of mind, the space for memory, and then the clear decision making and everything in your life, your priorities. Then you will be much more efficient at everything in life. So that's the same again, like when people say about the work, right? Exactly when people say, I've been working so much today, I'm so tired, and you have to deal with this and this and this. But it's again because you have no control of your mind, the situation, your workload controls you, conditions you, and you are in a submissive mode, and you're not in charge, in control, and then you are stressed and anxious about things, or getting things done on time, deadlines, everything. But actually, when you have the meditator's mind at the deeper level of concentration and awareness, you become much more efficient at everything like that in your everyday life. So things get done faster and more efficiently. And that's why also you don't need to stress so much while you do it. And also at night time, you just know how to cut off everything from whatever happened. The day is over. This is a sleeping time, rest time. And then you can put your mind in a totally relaxed relaxed state, but with awareness, and then you can have a one proper full stretch of deeper sleep, deeper relaxation, and that only needs a few hours. And during retreats, people can see that reduces, and at the end you are fine with 3 hours. That's the point. Also, not to stress so much when you don't manage to fall asleep some days, and rather, again, try to put yourself in meditative mode instead of stressing over the fact that you don't manage to fall asleep. There's a reason for that. Again, anicca, everything changes all the time, and not every day is the same. So and then you can reach a point which is known to at the end from the highest level monks and the fully enlightened ones, and that they don't sleep. And that's true again. At the end, you don't actually need the sleep, because if you have such mastery of the mind, and especially if you live as a monk at the highest level like that, yes, your life has become very simple because it's totally detached from mundane, everyday worries or things. And you, of course, keep practicing at the highest level, and you know how to totally detach and relax from any stress, from anything, any worries. I mean, there's no negativity in the mind anymore at all. And so, those arahats, like many monks that are at the highest level, are known to never sleep. And that's exactly what it is. Just like as also many practitioners, they try to do that, and that can be a okay thing if you can do it properly, which is also to meditate all night long, sit and meditate as much as you can all night long, and never really sleep. So you are always in aware mode, always in awareness. And at the end it becomes that. So those supposedly 2-3 hours that you would use to supposedly really sleep, relax the mind, they turn into an aware sleep. It's an alert sleep, actually. Just the same as you can experience at some point on the way, as a sign maybe of progress, that sometimes you dream, but you are actually aware of your dreams, and you actually know that this is a dream, that you are dreaming, and that you can be in charge of what's happening. If something that you don't like in a dream is happening, then you can actually decide to say, no, I don't like that version, I don't want the story to go that way, and then you influence it. Then you start to become aware of your dreams and have control over them. And as such, that's why it is known also that the highest level monks or practitioners, they don't dream anymore either, because you have such a relaxed mind that is not stressed about anything, and you know about your karma very well and how to deal with it, and you have a very positive mind, with wholesome intentions, only good intention. You have erased all the negativity, all the stress in your life. Then actually you don't dream anymore. Again, you reach a level also of an aware sleep. So, but basically at the end, but of course this concerns only very few humans, because you have to have reached quite a high level of meditation and concentration and awareness, and apply that in your life so that you have managed to actually erase any form of stress or worries and anxiety and negativity about your life. But again, you have developed that peaceful mind, and it's that peaceful mind that allows the relaxation of the mind and the openness of it and the clarity of thinking and that will allow to have the proper relaxation during the so-called sleep. And whether it's on a proper deep sleep still, but only for a few hours and you're fine, you feel very fresh when you wake up after 3 hours, for example, or the point also where you just have an aware sleep and still feel, of course, fresh and rested and everything when you decide to get up again. So that's one take on that notion of sleep and what the general concept is and what science thinks it knows about it as what it should be about. But there is also the truth at the end of what it is truly about, but also, again, unfortunately, in some ways it doesn't concern so many people. So